Hello and welcome back to the Chicken Police. Paint It Red. When we last left off, well, got to see Miranda, at least as much as we could. Miranda the nurse, species giraffe, gender female, full of life, full of hope, and almost everything else. Big fan of us, fortunately. A really nice nurse we met behind the desk of the asylum. Her name is Miranda. She's an embarrassingly huge fan of the Chicken Police.
Like an angel from heaven, isn't she?
Yeah, half of her's still up there, I think.
That's rude.
Oh, boo-hoo. What do you think? Can she hear us up there?
Sonny, stop being so heightist. It's a different world nowadays, you know?
Yeah, okay. Cry me a river.
I'm forever amazed by what an asshole you are. This guy seems strangely familiar to me.
Oh.
You don't say. You've been treated here, too. That would explain a lot.
Oh, don't be stupid. I'm serious. Take a closer look.
No.
Well?
No, it can't be. Are you telling me it's him? MB.
I'm sure of it, pal. It seems the gossip was true. The eternal king of jazz in a madhouse.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no. The poor devil.
It doesn't matter how big a star you once were. Ending up lonely and crazy in a rotting insane asylum in the middle of nowhere is like the universe restoring its balance.
That was very poetic of you, Marty. Almost deep. Careful you don't drown.
Cluck you. It doesn't matter. Cluck.
We should go to reception first. Let them know we're here.
Yeah.
The lord of the castle's most likely up there.
Well, let's ask Miranda about the place.
Say, miss, what can you tell us about this place?
Our institution was standing even before the Great Meat War, and during the war, it was transformed into a military hospital. Since then, we're relentlessly working on treating injured minds under the leadership of Dr. Quetzal, the famous specialist.
Quetzalcoatl?
The place seems pretty empty. Do many people work here?
We have 32 residents and 7 nurses, including me. We also have a 3-person maintenance and cleaning staff, and, of course, the heart and soul of our institution, Dr. Quetzal himself.
Resident patients or resident doctors? I'm guessing it's resident patients. So, 7 nurses, 3 custodians, and a doctor. It's only 11 people.
I see. Now, this Dr. Quetzal, is he the director here?
Exactly. Director, scientist, researcher, patron, and doctor. And even a friend.
Uh-huh.
Quite a guy.
He certainly is.
Well, let's ask about Dr. Suyus Quetzalcoatl. Okay. That name is actually Quetzalcoatl.
So who is this Dr. Quetzal exactly?
He's a world-famous researcher of the mind, Mr. Featherland. He published countless books in the fields of psychology and psychotherapy.
Psycho... what?
Unraveling the mind. It's the most crucial mission of the century, Mr. McChicken.
Both of them are doing the same, shrugging motion.
That's really good to know.
So this doctor's some celebrity, right? Does he usually meet, other important persons?
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Well, like, Mr. Hobart Wessler, for example.
Ah, yes. That's something you should ask the doctor himself, but unfortunately, I don't think he has time right now.
He's swamped, is he?
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. He is very, very, very busy. All the time.
I thought so.
Oh, maybe you know something about this
Now,
wristband.
what can you say about this, miss? Have you seen anything like it?
Of course. Our residents wear these for identification. But how did you come by it? They only wear them inside the institution.
Huh. I see.
The wristband does belong to one of our residents. But I'm afraid I'm not allowed to tell you more due to regulations.
Not without a warrant, yeah.
Oh, come on, Miranda. It's us, the Chicken Police.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Good, Miranda. Don't tell.
Miranda, this case is a matter of life and death. Lives are in your hands.
All right. All right. I'll do it. Albert Wessler. The patient's name is Albert Thaddeus Wessler.
Oh my.
Figures. Just as we thought.
Thank you, Miranda. We'll never forget this.
Please, don't make me blush. And don't tell anyone you heard it from me.
Oh, we won't. I promise.
ETW.
So when can we talk to Mr. Wessler?
I need to ask Dr. Quetzel. Please wait here.
Okay.
Thank you.
We need to let them know we're here first. This picture.
Well, it must have been made by one of the patients, so it's understandable.
It's the handiwork of our director. He's not only a scientist, but he's a great painter, too.
I see.
I see.
Took the words out of my mouth there, Sonny.
Well, it's lovely to have a hobby, right?
That's right, Marty. Art heals, doesn't it?
Exactly, officers.
Art heals.
Exact.
I guess she's in our party now.
It does
That would
pluck you. Even if you manage to escape, there's...
imagine.
Ooh, Sonny.
No. No.
Dr. Quetzel will see you. He's waiting for you in his office. Up the stairs, all the way down the hall, until the last door.
What a surprise. It's enough to mention Wessler's name and all the doors are open.
I wouldn't want to get mixed up in this, but do you think Albert is in danger?
Danger? What do you mean?
We haven't heard from him since he disappeared, and we're really, really worried.
Oh.
I see. We don't know yet, miss, but let's hope for the best.
Great wild ones protect him.
Where is he?
No idea, Marty.
The smell of all that's furry. I'll never get used to it.
Well, reptiles have a disgusting body odor, Marty, but they feel exactly the same about us.
Exactly. Great wild ones, you scared the hell out of me.
I already sensed your arrival from afar. You know, snakes have a different sense of smell. And birds used to be our prey once upon a time.
Well, yeah. Luckily, we're living in civilized times.
Lucky. Please take a seat. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Why do you have bars on your windows?
Because it's a room like all the others, and I'm just an animal, too, like all our residents.
Also, I guess if he's interviewing a patient, he doesn't want the patient to, jump.
With the significant difference of you being a doctor and not a patient. Am I right?
It's not as big of a difference as you'd think.
Your office is rather Puritan. Simple, I mean.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, yes. I can't let my mind wander from my work. I only keep what's essential in my office.
I see.
I see. That makes sense. Is this cell like the others?
I would rather call it a room. But yes, it's like all the others, except there are even bigger ones than this.
Is this cell...
I would...
So, escaping is impossible.
If I'd want to escape, I have the privilege of using the door.
Makes sense.
An isle of reason in a sea of insanity.
Insanity is such a strong word, and it's mostly an abstract idea. Where does insanity start, and how long is one not insane? Interesting questions. Am I normal, or are you? Maybe neither of us.
You see, that's something I think about a lot nowadays.
If you like, I can give you an appointment.
Oh, this is your chance, Sonny. Don't miss it. We're already here.
Marty, clock up. Are you very busy?
I am.
Okay. Yep, nothing else here. Sorry about that.
A snake. I can't help it, but they make my feathers stand on end. I have a hard time bearing their proximity. My blood boils and my heart bangs. It's the primordial fear, they say. I have a hard...
Well, let's
To
say
be
hi.
honest, gentlemen, your visit is anything but a surprise. I could even say I was expecting it.
Oh,
What an introduction.
Please forgive me. I have the bad habit of immediately getting into the middle of things. How very rude of me. My name is Dr. Sessuous Quetzalcoatl, but most call me Dr. Quetzal to keep it simple.
The name is Santino Featherland, and this is my partner, Martin McChicken, from
the Predatory Division of the Clawville Police Department. Your fame is one step ahead of you.
We're used to it.
Certainly.
We have some questions about one of your patients, if you don't mind. We'd like to talk to him, if that's possible.
Please be specific, Detective.
Look, Doctor, we're too tired to play cat and mouse. Not that snake and chicken sounds any better.
Very funny, I must say. Just what I expected from you two detectives.
We know you know it's about Albert Wessler, Ibn Wessler's secret twin. Ever since we've said his name, all the doors have miraculously opened. That's what we call a bullseye.
Well, yes. Why should I deny it? We're talking about a rather illustrious patient here, who's also a very particular medical case.
Now, that's much more interesting. So, are you willing to talk about him?
Because Albert, regrettably, has disappeared, and you are police detectives, I have no reason not to talk to you. Of course, I'm at your service, but you must understand, I can't disclose information about my patients.
I see.
Not even if it's a matter of life and death?
Everything's a matter of life and death in here, Detective. This is a hospital, even if it's primarily for the mind, not the body.
Still, I'd like to give the impossible a try.
Please, Detective, just do your job, and I'll do mine.
Makes sense. Dr. Seussius Quetzalcoatl. Species green tree python, Morella viridis. Gender male. Cold, distant, professional, He gives me the creeps. Professor is really polyhister, scientist, writer, philosopher, and who knows what else. Yeah. And Albert. Albert Thaddeus Wessler. Species rat. Ratus. Gender male. Special feature. He's a dangerous... might have a bingo. Albert Wessler disappeared from the asylum. Okay. Well, I guess we can ask him about stuff. Like... about the place.
What kind of a place is this exactly? I assume it wasn't built as an insane asylum.
It used to be a mansion. Construction started during the occupation in 622. Then it stood empty for almost a century, until finally it went to the crown of Clawville when Hector's great-grandfather took the throne. The rest is history.
Huh, so there's always been a fox on the throne.
How long have you been working here?
I've worked here for more than 30 years, but it's been in my family's possession for almost 150 years.
Interesting.
So if I count correctly, as soon as it went to the crown, it was seized by your family.
That's almost accurate, Mr. Featherland.
What a lovely inheritance.
Well, let's ask about Madame Zavas.
Tell me, Doctor, do you know Madame Zavas?
Just like everybody else, I've heard of her, but I never had the pleasure of meeting her in person. I'm sure she's an interesting case.
Oh, you can be sure about that. I'd gladly get you two together if I had the chance. A spare cell would suit her very much.
Is that so?
As it turns out, she likes small, narrow, secret places.
Oh my.
Oh, I see. What a coincidence.
And ATW.
How long was Albert a resident of the institution?
For quite some time. His first symptoms surfaced in his teens. Depression, panic attacks, and schizophrenia.
Was he brought here immediately after the first signs that something wasn't right?
You know, the biggest problem with an opinion on insanity is that animals are ashamed of it. That's the reason our institution stands out here in the middle of nowhere.
Unfortunately, stigma against mental health is gone on for a long time.
Because animals would rather hide what they're afraid to face.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, that and the social ostracizing.
As far as I know, the Wessler family wasn't exceptionally wealthy.
Indeed, they were rather poor, but we offer our services gratis.
Oh?
Then how do you sustain yourselves?
By the grace of the treasury of King Hector III, of course.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
My family and the royal dynasty had always been on good terms, Mr. Santino.
Interesting. Well, let's see what else we've learned about the world. Since the Foundation attempt to conquer Clawville has only been made once. The half-century occupation started in 622 and lasted until 677. During this time, the Harar Empire took over all of Clawville's territories except its colonies, which in the end, with the help of Suasso and Valestovia, took back control over Clawville. Professor's family has governed the mental health facility and estate for more than 100 years. Quite a heritage, eh? Quite a heritage indeed. Well, we can question them, but I think that's going to be for next time. When we come back, folks, get to learn more about the good doctor. Have a good one, folks.